Well, good morning, folks. A little something different. Right now it's 62 degrees, it's 90% humidity, and it's 2:57 a.m. in Walterboro, Maine. You know how we've been having all this problem with our food, the FDA, and how this administration is killing people, plain and simple. They can't afford to live in their homes, they're homeless, there never was, and everything's too expensive, and this country's done. Well, we know who to blame, Republicans. We definitely do, and our government, really, because they're both crooks. They both are. But Republicans are definitely cold-blooded murderers. We know that. There's no question there. But yet you keep supporting him. But anybody else, if they stole a pencil, you put them in prison for 20 years. But a man can murder millions, trillions of people almost, and you keep him in office. Can't figure that one out, other than corruption of money. I want to read something to you. I wish I could find the other article that came up this morning. Okay. Health officials along the coast and the mid-Atlantic are urging extreme caution due to dangerous summertime spike in VIBRIO and VULNIFICUS, a potential life-threatening flesh-eating bacteria. Why wouldn't we have it? Man for years has dumped shit in the ocean. And remember, Republicans said there's no global warming, but yet water temperatures are rising. We have sharks in our ocean off the coast of Maine that we never had before. But there's no global warming. Bacterium that flourishes in warm salt water, Barkish, BRAKIS environment. The Louisiana Department of Health has confirmed 9 hospitalizations and 5 deaths tied to the pathogen, a DRASTIC increase from their historical annual average, 1 fatality. Parallel warnings have been issued by the Florida Department of Health, which reports 14 infections and 2 deaths, while Maryland officials have tracked 29 confirmed cases in the Chesapeake Bay. And you can thank our government for all this. Major transmission routes: open wounds, entering coastal water with unhealed cuts, scrapes, fresh tattoos, piercings, or surgical incisions. Raw seafood: consume raw or uncooked shellfish, especially oysters harvested from warm coastal waterbeds. High-risk groups: while bacterium can compromise healthy individuals, severe infections and high mortality rates. Historically, 1 in 5 people die within 48 hours. I can't say the word. Stupid stroke. I can't say it. I can't get it out. PRED, predominantly, maybe that's it. I think I got it. Impact valuable demographics. Individuals with chronic liver disease, cancer, or diabetes. These are high-risk people. People with HIV or inherently weakened immune system, like me that took the COVID vaccine, ruined my internal organs. Anyone taking stomach acid reducers or recovering from stomach surgery. Wow. Critical prevention steps: avoid water. Stay out of salt water or Barkish. I don't understand that. Water entry if you have any broken skin. Waterproof bandages. Completely cover healing wounds if water or raw seafood exposure is inevitable. Okay. Sanitize immediately. Wash skin thoroughly with soap and running water after handling raw seafood or swimming. Cook shellfish. Avoid raw oysters, boil or steam clams and mussels until they are open completely. Wear gloves to protect hands while heavy-duty gloves when preparing or handling raw seafood. Symptoms to watch for. If you develop sudden fever, chills, watery diarrhea, or stomach cramps, look for skin localized alerts. Look for skin localized alerts? Okay. Seek immediate emergency medical care if you've been exposed. Wound sites rapidly turn red, swollen, warm and painful discoloration, or begins to blister. Be sure to especially report your incident of water and raw seafood exposure to the healthcare providers. There was another thing here I wanted to read to you, but I can't seem to get it to come up now. It came up earlier. It was quite a story about our food. What's happened is, it told in this article, but it's not coming up now. It came up on my phone this morning. What has happened is the FDA has cutbacks because they're too busy reaping profits and not food safety or human life. Something 2 and something 7, but I can't remember. As you know, this government does not care about human life, just like all governments doesn't care about trans care. But I just know that we have plenty of grounds, plenty. You had it the first time he ran to lock him up. So the people that supported Trump, we know they don't care about humanity. We know they don't care about women and children. And they want to murder trans people. We know that. The ones that supported Trump. There's no question there. It's right here. But the thing is, I wanted to read to you the rest of that, but I can't get it to come up. I can't. I wish I could. But it came up on my phone this morning. I read it was due to the FDA. It's scary. The ones that monitor our food. With all this lettuce that's sickening people and other foods. It gave it this morning on a list. When my phone turned on, headline news. I can't get it come up now. I wish I could, but I can't seem to get it to load. It doesn't want to. But it came up early this morning about the FDA, and you people really need to read it. Because with the government we have right now, we know they're murdering everybody. They have more the love of money and not humanity. We know for years there's been global warming, but Republicans consistently deny it. But why is Maine going from when we were like low 70s to mid 70s was the best we could get? Now we get up to 120 degrees in Maine. We know the glaciers are melting faster than they ever predicted. That's because of our government not caring about Mother Earth. It's going to bite you in the ass, all this is. Because I can remember as a kid, they used to see these barges go out of New York and just dump waste in the ocean. Well, what you get rid of, it's got to go somewhere. And what you did is you polluted the oceans. Now you got these bacterias. You got global warming. Waters are warming higher than they used to. So, of course, you're going to have bacterias. Our air is poisoned. People like us that took the COVID vaccine have thousands of dollars worth of medicines we have to take now because it ruined our internal organs. Like me, the government should be paying for those medicines, but they're not. My insurance does, and I'm not going to be able to afford my insurance. I lost my homeowner's insurance because I can't afford it. I went from under $200 to between $600 and $800 a quarter. Yeah, I don't have money for it. Can't pay it when you live off $600 and you get no assistance at all. Because our government, where I'm a single woman, my $1,400 that I get gross is enough money. But when they get done taking all the insurances away, I pay for 4 insurances, okay, supplements. And when they take that away, I end up with $600. So the state and the government doesn't look at the $600 that I'm actually getting, because you have to pay for your own insurance, even when you're disabled, chronically ill. They don't care. This government doesn't care about human life. You poisoned our food. You poisoned our water. You poisoned our medicines. One of the pills I take was a recall. Yeah, there was a major recall on it. See, one thing I learned years ago when Kuwait, when the idiots started fighting and destroying Kuwait, we had a lot of labs over there. A lot of our medicines came from over there. I didn't realize it till when I was doing some research when Trump caused this nightmare, his first rodeo. And that's the thing. I can't figure out how anybody would have the brain knowledge of electing him. Obviously, they didn't have a brain. And we know they don't like women and children. We know no child or woman is safe in a Republican family. We know that. That's a guaranteed bad thing. We know that. But yet, you support that insanity. I can't believe it. I really can't. I can't believe how insane people are. I mean, I just know. I was looking to see if I could find the headline. See, it doesn't come up on the tablet the same way it does on my phone. And that's what I hate. Because on my phone, it came up very informative this morning when I turned my phone on. It had to do with the thing up about water. I did a story on that. I don't know if it ever hit the air, if I ever launched it. We know bottled water is not safe. We know that. 24 hours, was it, or less? If it gets warm, it's already got a bacteria in it that isn't safe. So you go to a store to buy bottled water. It's in a cooler. You think it's always been cool, but it hasn't. It's transported on regular trucks. I know I used to stock our shelves with it. Water that's sat on a shelf more than 24 hours has got a bacteria in it. It's not safe for you. Bottled water is not safe for you. There was a Consumer Report thing done, showed all the ones that show that aren't safe. And Poland Spring was one of them. And there was a bunch of them that Danskin, they gave the rated percentage of plastics in the water and bacteria. There it did. Bottled water is not safe for you that you buy in stores. There was quite a list a few months ago by the FDA, along with the poison that this government's doing to our food, because the FDA has more interest in profits than safety. And we know this administration just loves murdering people anyway. And elderly are disposable anyway. Why do you think they take so much of my health care? The health care. It's because if I drop it, I can't meet the co-pays because my Social Security isn't enough. We're all going to lose out in the end because of the Trump administration. We know they're cold-blooded murderers. We know the people that supported Trump administration are cold-blooded murderers. We know they're not safe around children, nor women are safe around a Republican man. We know that. It's right here, headline after headline. But I was trying to find, I wish that would come up about the FDA, but I can't find it because it doesn't come up like it did this morning. Recall market withdrawals. I wonder what that is. Oh, food and beverages and stuff. Wow. So now it's like a lottery. Am I going to buy something somewhere that's pre-cooked and die? It's that simple. Eating out is not safe anymore. Buying food in the store ain't safe anymore. So what are we supposed to do? It's like playing the lottery. Are you going to live today or die today? With our food safety, because of this administration and the crap they cause, everything, like I told you, everything Republican touches is destroyed. They cause wars, they cause death, they cause rape, molesting, and murder. That is a Republican. Same with law officers. They just want to rape and murder you. We used to have police departments and authorities that protected us, but not anymore. No. They're in it for the money and the points they get for murdering somebody. I know. I've been raped and assaulted in this town. And there's no protection here, nothing. And, I wish this stuff would come up. That's FDA database. But you got to start paying attention to okay, maybe I can get something here. What is this? Okay. FDA explosive diarrhea report revealed all the Taylor Farm recall products and affected restaurants. FDA issues nationwide recall of dog medicines after glass and fiber found. Human biology was never intended to handle unprocessed. Former FDA head David somebody. Eli Lilly, timing of FDA filing of its next weight loss drug is now officially Novo Nordisk. Okay, that one I don't want. I was looking for RK Jr. announces new FDA guidelines. Hopefully they're not getting worse like they've been. We just know that we know Republicans are murderers. Anybody knows that. It doesn't take many smarts to figure that out. Well, we know our whole government is, really. Because even with the other parties, they shouldn't allow Trump to get away with cold-blooded murder like he did with germ warfare with COVID. He murdered minimum of 8.6 million people his first time around. That's why I can't figure out how you... I don't know how you elected him the first time. I still haven't figured that one out. That one really blows me away. I mean, everybody knew he was a rapist, murdering, molesting, homophobic, transphobic, pedophile person. Everybody knows that. And people that support Trump are exactly the same thing. We know that. So no woman would marry a Republican man. She's not that brain dead, I don't think. But somehow he got in, and you allowed him to destroy this country. We've depleted all our long-range missiles, our artillery down, that we're not a protected country anymore, because he wanted to play bombing schools and murdering children in foreign land. He murdered troops, sending them over there, hundreds of them, because he doesn't care about anything but himself and money. What good is all that money? Why are you so fixated on money? Why are you? I don't know what I'd do if I had it. I know I'd give it away because it's the devil's tool. Majority of it is. Now, there's some people with money that have done good for people. Most don't. Most don't. Like I told you, this town is 80% genocide because it promotes Nazism and genocide, rape, murder, molesting. It does. I mean, that's a valid statement. It's easy enough to figure out just what the school district did. And what this town does to people that are on the margins that are different. I just don't know what to say anymore. I wish what comes up on my phone would come on my tablet, but it doesn't. And I have to record with my phone, but when I record, I can't read the article. I just know that if you keep him in office another second longer, more people are going to die. I mean, they've increased fossil fuel production. They're polluting the atmosphere. Mother Earth can't take this toxin. The air can't. Our air quality isn't safe. Our food isn't safe. Our medicines aren't safe. So nothing is safe anymore because Trump's a cold-blooded murderer. The Republicans are cold-blooded murderers. They're the most evil people on the planet right now in this country. But you support that because you don't care about human life. What good is all that money in the bank? What good is it? If people are dying, our food are poison, our air is poison. What good is the money? You can't buy clean air. You can't buy good food now because our lands are polluted because of Republicans. Bridges and roads aren't safe. Air travel isn't safe. All because of Republicans. We know that. We know they've been a nightmare. Well, our government, period's been a nightmare. Because we've always known town, state, and federal government is stolen from their people. We always know that. I couldn't hold a job in that field. I have a heart and soul and conscience. You got to be a heartless person, a conscienceless person to hold those positions. You have to be knowing that your bank account's getting fatter and your town and your people are dying because they're hungry and cold, can't buy their medicines, can't get food. Because you don't care about them. Can't get clothing. Yeah, that's the type of country this is. You know, I read an article this morning where people that left the U.S. to get asylum in other countries. Turkey was one of them that was listed. There's quite an article I read this morning. I wish I could get it to come up on my tablet, but I can't. I wonder, I opened Google. That's where I went. And all news. See, I can't get there was a, see, I can't get, see, it's not coming up. There was people that left this country to go, because I wanted to leave to go to Spain. But evidently, Turkey was one of them that was listed. What you do is when you flee this country for asylum, they put you in these camps. And they're worse than living in this country, being murdered by our own government. At least here you get murdered on your own soil. So even fleeing this country isn't helping LGBTQ people. Some countries aren't anyway. They put you in these concentration camps like Trump's trying to murder trans people. And women, period. Trump's a murderer anyway. Everybody knows that. It don't take much to figure that out. See, I wish I could find... See, this comes up different. I typed it into all news, and it doesn't come up. I just know if you don't step up and vote all these people out, you got to get Republicans out. What did I read? It's been, was it 47 years? Was it 47 years I read? Some reason 7 sticks to it. Since the House and the Senate has been controlled by Democrats. So we know at least 40-something years, Republicans have destroyed this country. We know that. And we also know factually they're cold-blooded murderers, because with germ warfare, they allowed in here. They called it a hoax. Remember Trump saying it was a hoax? Remember the first plane landed in LAX and they quarantined people for 10 days, 2 weeks, and said they had the flu? And the guy left the airport, went to the state of Washington, the first outbreak of COVID. But imagine all the people he contacted, was in the same room with. But this country called COVID a hoax. That man murdered 8.6 million people. With the first death, with him saying it was a hoax and want to inoculate you with bleach, he should have been locked up. He's insane. He's inhumane. Everybody knows it. And for some reason, you kiss his ass. So you have the love of money, not humanity. You don't love your children. You don't love your wife. To be a Republican, you can't. Because you're the reason why this country's gone to crap. I mean, no woman would marry a Republican man. It doesn't work. We know that. For one thing, they overturn Roe v. Wade. Nobody would support Susan Collins unless she hates being female, because she destroyed women's rights by the overturn of Roe v. Wade. I mean, I wish this would come up like it does on my phone in the morning. I don't know if I can record with this or not, this tablet. I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy. Like that when that person hacked my social media and tried to murder me, that Republican family here in Marlboro, Maine, and law enforcement here tried to kill me. But they're still at it. They are. They're still trying to kill me here. I laugh because I'm dying anyway. Doctors told me that. There's no more they can do for me. Yeah, they told me to get my ducks in a row. And after Trump infected me with the COVID vaccine that ruined my organs, and because I have 5 pills, I have 5 pills I have to take, then 2 inhalers I use, then tonight 2 pills and 2 inhalers. That's just because I took the COVID vaccine that ruined my internal organs. Now my kidneys are failing and my lungs are failing worse. I got the medicines not working now, some of them. So I'm going to die just because of the Trump administration. So every one of you that supported Trump, you got your wish, you killed me. Marlboro, Maine wanted me dead anyway, ever since I was born in the 50s. I've always been abused here, but it is what it is, and I don't care anymore. Because you know something? When they bury me, I'm dying my truth. I am. I'm finally going to die my truth. I was so afraid I was going to die a lie. And I had life-saving surgery 2 decades ago. I fought for 40 years. 19 years to get surgery. 19 years. I wrote a letter to my endo this morning because I want my hormone levels checked again. I want my male hormone. It's supposed to be between 10 and 40 for a trans woman, because that's where you get your energy from. And my estrogen is supposed to be around 350. And I want her to check it on a Friday before I take my shot, both of them. I want to make sure my male hormone is still suppressed. Because women produce male hormones, why do you think they get facial hair as they age? Because the estrogen drops. The male hormone gets more prominent. Too much estrogen will cause you to become male, because too much estrogen will convert into a male hormone. So now you're fighting again. Hormones are deadly. Don't take them unsupervised. Don't take them without having your blood checked, because you need it done every 6 months, because it fluctuates. Foods, do not eat red meat. Red meat is loaded with male hormone. Don't eat it unless you want to be a boy. It's a nasty hormone, male hormones. Chicken and stuff like that, and fish, I haven't found the levels of hormones being reported in that. It's been red meat. It's always been. They always told me not to eat red meat. Well, I eat deer meat, and because that's the only thing I can have. I'm not supposed to eat red meat, but sometimes I crave it. When I do, they say it's because the iron in my bloodstream, my body craves to bring the iron up. I don't know, I hardly ever eat it. I've had a hamburger maybe once every, Christ, been years. I eat it, and then because I always get sick from it, because I'm not supposed to have red meat, I'm allergic to it because of Lyme disease. Yeah, that tick-borne illness I got, because that caused my first heart attack in 2010. The other 5 was because of the COVID vaccine. And then I had a bad stroke and heart attack. Well, not a bad heart attack, but a major stroke when that family killed me, that construction company, law enforcement here in Walboro, Maine. The stress they put me under triggered my body to shut down and caused me to have a mild heart attack. So I ended up with a device implanted by my heart. And like I told you, $1,000 to $2,000 a month medical costs for medical supplies that insurance don't cover because of that construction company. But a heterosexual woman that hit the news, oh, this elderly person can't get a medicine, all that medicine, COVID stuff I have to take because of the COVID vaccine. Why don't you do some stories on people that have to take all these medicines because the COVID vaccine ruined their internal organs? Whether trans or not, it ruined a lot of people's health. A lot of people died. I remember going to the neurologist after I had that last stroke that ruined, I lost the front right lobe of my brain, and it's never going to come back. And that was because of the COVID vaccine, okay? So I've been under stress. That family tried to murder me in law enforcement, Walboro, Maine. They triggered problems, okay? Then, I don't know how long it was, I decided to take the 5th shot because they say it's here forever. Well, we knew that when Trump man said it was a hoax. Our government could have stopped it. But see, our government, his first reign, wanted to murder people. That's a Republican for you. They're cold-blooded murderers, just like law officials are. They're just itching for an excuse to kill people. Anybody. Why do you think they take the job? They don't take it because they care about you. No, they're not doing that reason. No, you got to be heartless to do that job. Because if they cared about you, trans people wouldn't be hurt. School boards wouldn't be rescinding protection for marginal students. That's just one of many things. Being denied housing because you're trans, being denied a job, being denied health care. When you're an elderly, they're doing it to elderly too. Do you realize I got a growth down there? It was the size of a golf ball cut in half, right? I knew I couldn't call the doctor more than a couple months ago, right? It's been growing and growing. I have colon cancer that they keep removing. Comes back pre-cancerous, but it could turn to cancer, they said. They talked about chemo pills. I said, no, I'm not doing anything if I have cancer. I'm done. So I've got cancer, supposedly in that area. So they keep removing stuff, parts of my intestines. And the thing is, this growth appeared a few months ago. Not last night, the night before last, it drained. I woke up in the morning, blood all over me. But I can't call the doctor, oh, she can't see you for 6 or 8 months. Yeah, so I don't go. I don't want to go to an emergency clinic. I want to see my regular doctor that treats me. So when I go see her, sometime this month, I have an appointment that was booked 6 months ago. In June, I was supposed to see the heart surgeon because my heart is so bad, because that family that tried to kill me and the COVID vaccine caused a major heart attack, my 6th one. That family caused a device to be implanted by my heart, like I told you. But you don't care about me, and because I'm Halloween, you don't care about me because I'm trans. But I'm not really trans. My birth certificate said I was born female. You figure it out, people. Yeah, it's sad that it's sad this country's got the way it has. We know it isn't a fit country for human existence. And I've never had money. That's the thing. My parents taught me help others. The smile is a reward. I plowed snow for years for some people for nothing, elderly. I shoveled walkways for people for nothing. I painted trim on house. I mowed lawns with a real mower. When you pushed the wheel spun, made the blade spin. How many kids would you see today doing that, riding their bicycle to go mow lawn for an old lady that you don't even know, an old man? I mowed a cemetery on 32 for decades for nothing. I walked miles to that cemetery on 32 and mowed it for nothing. But remember, I'm a bad person in Waldoboro, Maine, because I'm gay and I'm trans, according to you guys. I'm just a woman. But this town, this country hates humanity. I mean, you can't. It's when you go to the store now, it's like the lottery. 1 in a million, your food might be okay. 1 in a million. Most time it isn't safe. It's not. It's a lottery now because of this government that murders people just for something to do. Your towns, your cities, law enforcement, our government, they draw their fat cat salaries over $60,000 a year, and they're stealing from you because they do not care about their citizen, town, state, federal government. We know doesn't. But you people won't do anything about it. You just let it continue. But say somebody went in and stole a candy bar. They'd get arrested. They'd go to jail for a while. But a man that is a cold-blooded raping, murdering, molesting person, any Republican, that's a guarantee, gets away with anything they want. But a good citizen that does no harm, you want to kill. Because they took a candy bar because they were hungry? Really, people? But the government can murder you with our food and germ warfare. That's a Trump lover, a Trump supporter. Anybody that supports Trump is not a safe human being. They should be locked up and deported. Yeah, not immigrants, because every one of you watching this is an immigrant. Do you have indigenous Native American blood in your veins? I do, from my grandmother, my dad's mother. So I am what you call indigenous Native American. Part of my bloodline. The other part I can't stand, because it's Irish, I think my mom said. I like Irish. I love Irish music. But the thing is, it's not indigenous Native American. Because I live on soil that half my bloodline stole. Every time you ride by a house flying a stars and stripes, you know it's a Nazi, rapist, murdering, molesting family. You know it is. Don't get on me with the military crap of it. That has nothing to do with it. That flag was created under genocide. Think about this. How did each star get created? You formed a state. How did that state get formed? Because you stole territory for indigenous Native Americans. You broke peace treaties. This country would have never formed if it wasn't for rape, murder, molesting, and genocide. White man brought that here. Think about it. See, the trouble with you people are you'd never go to ground zero. You go back to what you want. Go to ground zero on this stuff. Look at the factories and businesses that pollute Mother Earth because you lift regulations because Republicans get paid off with big money because they don't care about human life. But people that work for you get sick and die. I had a friend that worked in Rumford Paper Mill, right? A Rumford Mill. I don't know what mill it was. They used to have picnic tables up on the roof, right? Tall stacks there. They'd be eating, well, one time the wind shifted. Everybody on the roof got gassed. Now her lungs are gone. Does people that killed her? No, they don't care. No, they don't. Humans don't really care about humans unless they go through the same thing. Look, I had a classmate in college that was paralyzed in a wheelchair, right? And I felt bad. I had a classmate when I went to Sweetsa, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade in Saco that was in a wheelchair. His name was Mark. I got a picture of him in my collection of photos. I always felt bad for them, and I always helped people. I've always helped people and gone with it. I always have. I don't want to be here. I'm not going to lie to you. And the thing is, I've always helped people, right? But a government murders people. You hate me because I help. Because I won't be a rapist, murdering, genocidal, homophobic, transphobic Republican. I can't be bought. You wouldn't want me on any committees because you wouldn't be able to handle the honesty, God's truth. You wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to handle it. This town couldn't. Nope. Because this town hates its own citizens. 80% of them hate this town. 80% here, one of them will kill me before I'm done. I don't have food. I don't have money to get food. I can't even pay all my bills now because everything's got so high. Can't pay my insurances. My medical's taken out automatically. So I can't stop that. But you don't care about me. For one thing, I'm an elder. And the worst thing is I'm trans. And I'm open about being a gay lesbian, trans woman. Actually, I'm a woman that's gay. So big deal. Doesn't affect you. But you're persistent, consistent, harming people like me in this country and murdering us. This bill that I shared in the description of the video last night, watch it. Look in my descriptions of stuff I share. It'll horrify you if you got any heart. Otherwise, you'll make disrespectful comments and rude things because you don't want the truth. Because somebody's willing to stand on that mountain and speak God's truth because they've been in the presence of God for extensive days and time. Yeah. Because you don't want the truth. You have the love of money, not humanity. Men that are Republicans, they don't love their children and wife. They can't. It does not work. Not with what you've done in this community and in this country. No woman would marry a Republican man. It does not work. It doesn't. If Roe v. Wade was still in place, it would be a little better. But when a woman is a deciding vote to strip women of their rights, you sure the hell wouldn't support Susan Collins. No, you wouldn't. There's nobody good running, so I don't know what we're going to do. But for some reason, you hate loving kindness. You really do. You can't stand, this town can't stand it anyway. Okay, what do we got here? LGBTQ Nation. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Jeopardy host shuts down transphobic. There's no issue I care about more than trans rights. Thank God there's a good human out there. Can't be a Republican. WNBA coach stands for trans kids during game against anti-trans player. She's the one with class. This secret guest house in Catskills became a paradise for trans women in the 50s and 60s. Men say lesbians are elevated form of human race after going to dinner in the neighbor's house. Kissing couple, inflatable of Trump and Putin, puckering up on top of the World Pride float. We know Trump's gay and Putin is too anyway. That's why these people that are against here in Walterboro, the 80% that's trying to murder me here, because they are afraid of their own sexuality and identity. That's why they do harm. Ready for change, LGBTQ plus and progressive candidates dominate Tuesday's primaries. People are gushing over a gay couple, 53 years, love story. We should all be so lucky. Love is love. Doesn't matter the genitalia. We're so quick to label everything. Giddy Sam Smith announces engagement to fashion designer Christian Cohen. New study dismantles rights wingers' claim that gender-affirming care harms kids' bones. Remember, they diminished it. Estrogen makes your heart better and your bones better. Outsports, gay pro soccer coach comes out backed by his club. M.M. Romance reads, will have you booking it into the library. a film capturing what it means to be gender non-conforming. Sizzling photos from the POSH, okay? Then it's PR weekend in Puerto Rico Villa. Right? That's the news that just popped in. Yep. But anyway, everybody knows who the cold-blooded murderers are. That's Republicans, law officials. Everybody knows that. It'll take many smarts to figure that one out. But you people seem to support that. This town does by 80%. It doesn't care about human life. All it cares about is their fact salaries they rob from people in this town and your towns and cities and government. That's the thing I don't understand. Everybody complains about the problem, but you won't get rid of the problem. You had a chance when he ran the first time, and you didn't get rid of him. It's like when we had a crazy man running here. What was that governor's name? He was an asshole anyway. He's running from some Senate seat now. I can't remember his name. I drew a blank because he was just a total asshole. He's running for a Senate seat, I think. Something. He switched his party anyway. He's just a murderer, plain and simple. Can't remember his name. Was it Paul LePage? Yeah, I think it was Paul LePage that destroyed Maine. And then we got Janet Mills that brought equality, kindness, love back here. We know anything to do with Republicans is destroyed. There's no question. We know they're not fit to have children, and they're not fit. No woman's going to marry one anyway. She's not that stupid. Unless she has a love of money, not humanity, and she don't care about her children. But anyway, that's my gripe for this morning. So, the FDA, there was something 2 and 7 that was in the article that popped on my phone at 1 a.m. this morning. I wish the article would have come up here when I opened Google, but it didn't. They just cut something back. That's why all our foods are poisonous and our waters are poisonous, because of Republicans, because of all the cutbacks of all the government services that kept us safe. They cut back too far, but yet they drew bigger salaries because they paid off people in government so they could lower standards to poison our own people. That's our government. It's called Republicanism and Democratism and all of them, really. Our own government is killing us. Our own government are cold-blooded murderers. Our law enforcement, we know they want to kill anything they really can shoot. Why do you think they became a law officer? Because they like murdering people. Played too many video games when they were a child. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. You know I'm right. See, the trouble with you people is you don't go to ground zero. Okay? Ground zero. The first Thanksgiving. The next one, you murdered indigenous Native Americans. You had 13 colonies you were forming. You had to go to France to borrow money, Ben Franklin did, because we didn't have enough to keep the colonies going. Then you had a Boston Tea Party because you were trying to tax people like what you left the kings and queens of Europe and their crazy religion over there. You come over here and form different religions. You start taxing and murdering people. So we have a Boston Tea Party because the British tried to wipe out the colonists. Why don't you teach your children the truth? Teach them really. I hope they don't stand in school and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I wouldn't allow my child to do it. I wouldn't allow my child to go to this district anyway. I'm not that stupid. Not after they rescinded protection. No way. If a child can't be who they really are, they're not going to school, people. I'm not that stupid. I love my child too much. There's no way it'd go to RSU 40 right now. No way. You got to protest students. You really do. You need not to go to school on the first day. And when the school board sees no children going to school, they're going to have to ask why and write them a letter saying, until there's diversity, kindness, love, equality for all, we're not coming to school. No, we're not. You're not going to groom us into Nazism like this town wants, this district wants. No, we're not going to be that stupid. You got the power, students. You can change it. Oh, your parents will get pissed. They'll get over it. They'll actually be happy that you stood up for yourself later on in life because you had the backbone as a child. We don't like the way this district's run. The school board's got a bunch of homophobic, transphobic, molesting people on the committee. Well, I don't even know how they even got on the school board when they hate children. Really. RSU 40 is a nightmare. The other district did it, another one. They, in another state, when that teacher got suspended because she wouldn't out parent-teacher conference, like I've told you over and over, she wouldn't out the student, right? The name they used and the pronoun. So the district suspended her. It went for quite a while, and no student went to school. No student went. There's no students in the school. Nothing for the teachers to teach. Because this one teacher stood up and knew that if that student was a marginal student, they knew if she outed them, right, she couldn't be trusted. But she didn't out them. She gets suspended. The students decide to rally together, their allies and them. Nobody went. That's what you need to do in RSU 40. No student needs to go to school until that school board puts that protection back. Because it's not a diverse school. It's a rapist, murder, molesting, homophobic, transphobic old school. RSU 40 district is. No student would go that had any brains. We will learn who the pedophile, rape, and molesting children are if they go to school on the first day and continue to go because of what the school board did. I couldn't work as a teacher in this district. I couldn't. I stand for equality, kindness, and love. I don't stand for genocide like this district does. I don't know how the teachers do it with that school board they have. I don't know how they can stand it. But you don't want love and kindness in RSU 40. You don't. You hate children. It's given us right there. Read it. What is wrong with somebody being honest? What is it you hate? Why do you hate honesty? Why do you want love vanquished, or whatever? But you support hate. You support your child raping somebody's daughter or killing somebody's child because they identify different and use the bathroom who they really are. Trans people, it's not about sex, you blooming idiots. That's Republicans. They're your pedophile. They're people that shouldn't even have children. It's that simple. When you don't have diversity, kindness, and love, you don't have anything. This district does not have that. This town does not have that. It's got 80% of genocide. It does. Your towns and cities does. It ain't just a shithole. No, it's not. This country's governed by a dark cloud. It was never one nation under God. When you found something under genocide, it's just going to continue. You let government get too big. You create a department for this and that and everything else that you didn't need to. So you cut back on things we need and not protect human life. You pollute Mother Earth and our water and our air. Poison our medicines. That's a Republican for you. That's our government of all forms. It doesn't care about humanity. I'm disposable. I mean nothing to anybody. I don't. Because you don't care about me. You want to murder me. That's Waldoboro, Maine. That's Republicans. That's law officers. That's your school district that hates children. RSU 40. This ain't the only one. So don't say that I'm picking on this one. But you don't want it when somebody really reports the truth. Somebody that's been in the presence of God and the Son of God and died. They pulled the tubes and she woke up. Yes, she did. She saw things she can't speak of. Once more, she'll say something that slips, and all of a sudden it comes true. I talked about pestilence. The first time Crazy Man Run, I didn't know what I was talking about, right? So I looked it up in the Bible. Since you guys love the Bible, which isn't a true book anyway, not all of it. You know what pestilence is? Incurable disease. What is COVID? Incurable disease. You allowed a felon, a rapist, murdering, molesting person, everybody knows it. You support what you are. A vote for Trump, you're no different. None at all. We know no woman would vote for Trump. She's not that stupid. No woman would vote for Susan Collins because she overturned Roe v. Wade, because she hates women. But you don't want somebody speaking the truth, especially this person, because this person is an openly gay. You call me a transsexual lesbian. No, I am a woman. Right to my core, I was conceived female, born human. I was raised visually male, but my birth certificate says female. I had life-saving surgery like any deformity during birth, but then you say God doesn't make mistakes. Okay? Why are we doing surgeries on anybody? Heart, lung, cancer, anything. Why are we treating anything? God didn't make a mistake. God conceived me as a perfect embryo in my mother's womb as a female in the beginning. I come down the birth canal and I was both. I wasn't male or female. But this town of Walbro, Maine, the governs this town and law officers want me dead in Walbro, Maine. If they didn't, they would have never did what they did to me. They wouldn't be causing me $1,000 to $2,000 for the rest of my life and $100 every 2 weeks to go to treatments in Waterville for who knows how long. They should be paying that $300 to $200 a month. Every other week I go to Waterville for treatment. That family, the law enforcement of Walbro, Maine, should be paying that, and they should be paying that $1,000 to $2,000 a month for medical supplies. They assaulted me. They raped me. But I'm trans. According to your words, to God's words, I'm a child of God. I'm a human. And yes, I am female. But you don't want that truth. Women have always been abused. People used to say to me, you gave up male privilege. What the hell is that? What makes males any more better than women? God knew God made a mistake when he created Adam. Why do you think he took rib from Adam and created woman? He knew he screwed up royally. Man has always been a mistake. Always and always will be. Look what runs the country. Wouldn't this country be totally different if a woman ran it all? Be better. But men can't stand that. No, because they want to rape you, not help you. They want to murder and rape and molest women and children. That's a Republican. That's a male image. Because otherwise, women would be treated with respect. We don't have the muscle strength. We don't have a lot of things, but we have more smarts than a man. Because a woman is born with empathy and compassion. I can remember my mother saying, you got to toughen up. But Mom, you got to toughen up. But Mom. Oh, yeah, I can remember that. She was trying tough because I was so feminine as a child. I didn't show it as I got older. I don't think I hid it. But I've never been like the boys because I was a girl. I was neither sex at birth, but you talk about abomination that I did to my body. Okay, did you circumcise what you call a male child? That's an abomination. Did you get a tattoo? That's abomination. Did you get piercing? That's abomination. Did you get divorced? That's an ultimate abomination to God. And I can go on. There's more stuff. But you don't like the truth. When somebody's willing to stand on the mountain, would stand in a coliseum with trillions of people, I'm not afraid to speak. But I'll tell you one thing. If I did speak, you'd hear God's truth. I can guarantee you that. I fear nothing. I don't anymore. I want you to experience death like I have. You won't. Death is the best day of your life after birth. Everything in between is elementary garbage. It is. Because when you're born, you're dying. First breath, you die. You're nothing until you take your first breath. So abortion isn't wrong, because you're nothing. You are nothing but a bunch of cells forming into something. But just like Scripture should throw the Bible at me, you're against abortion, right? Roe v. Wade was more than just abortion in it. But that's what they drove it on. So you removed it. Because you hate women. You hate children. Republicans have done quite a job to this country. They've destroyed it. People that run your towns and cities have destroyed them because they're overtaxing the people. Because they want that fat cap. What good is that big fancy home, cottage, snowmobiles, ATVs, motorcycle, sports car when you don't have food and air and water? Really, what good is it? I used to chase that shit. I did. You know why? Because I didn't want to admit who I really am, a female. Because I live in a world that hates women. Always has, always will, since creation. Women are considered a third-class citizen, just like trans people are. Well, I want to thank you for your time this morning. The weather's brought to you by the Weather Girl and NewsCenterMaine.com. It's 60 and clear, 69, feels like 69. It's 74% humidity, 3-mile-an-hour west-southwest winds. Monday, it's going to be cloudier. That's a different one. Whoops, I just lost it. Shit. Damn thing. I hate this effing computer. I really do. I hate it. My time's running out. Okay, whoops, I got to go here. Here. Hate this damn computer. Shit. Ever since they updated it, they frigged it up. Okay, Monday, cloudier, intermittent showers. 85, clouds, sun, 66 for low, 0% precipitation, 10-mile-an-hour south winds. On Tuesday, sunny, isolated showers, sun and clouds, 85 for high, 62 for low, 20% precipitation, 9-mile-an-hour west-northwest winds. On Wednesday, cooler, less humid. We got sun and clouds, 82, 60 for low, 20% precipitation, and 8-mile-an-hour west winds. And that's your 3-day weather forecast, brought to you by NewsCenterMaine.com and the thing that you've always called me, the Weather Girl. You gave me the name. I didn't, because I didn't know what to say. And 10 years ago, a bunch of you, when I used to have social media, said, well, you're the Weather Girl. We look for you every morning with your news headlines. Thank you for that. Those that care. I know Republicans want to murder me. That's a given. That's 100% factual. Law enforcement does. That's 100% factual. Just read it. I want to thank you for listening today. Please click like and subscribe. Otherwise, the algorithm goes nowhere. And if it doesn't, it means you don't want to listen to my stuff in the morning, because I'm not afraid to speak it. You know that. I mean, look what you've already done to me in Walboro, Maine. Tried to murder me more than once. Especially Republicans and religious groups and businesses here, majority of them. Because I report the news and I give the actual factual, because I'm willing to speak out. Because I know how treating gender dysphoria saves lives. If that bill goes through that they're trying to pass, people on Medicare will not be able to get health care. Elderly will be denied stuff. This government doesn't care about its citizens. This town does not care about its citizens. Or people wouldn't be hungry and homeless, not being able to get oil and food and medicine. Happens right in Waldoboro, Maine. When you live under a Nazi regime, that's what you get, is cold-blooded murder. That's Waldoboro, Maine. There's no question there. I'm being denied so many things. Food. Cost me too much to live, to exist. So all I have now is death. I had my dinner last night. If a lady didn't send me this, the last, 10 years at least, I would already be dead. I would be. And Walboro, Maine would love that. Like I told you, that construction company 2 years ago and law enforcement here tried to murder me. That's a valid statement. I live with the injuries daily and the medical cost. But you don't want the truth. No, you don't. You can't stand it. No. You don't like it when somebody speaks out. And I hope students grow balls enough and don't go to school to RSU 40 until that protection is reinstated. School board took it away. The school board can put it back. Don't use a lame excuse that duplicates the state. I don't want to hear it. Something that did no harm, you made it cause harm. Because you just promoted for the rapist, murdering, molesting, homophobic, transphobic, pedophile, Republican children to do harm. You just promoted it. The school board did. Half of it. Because they hate children. They hate this town. They hate your town that tied in with RSU 40. They hate women. Definitely Republicans do. That's a fact. Anyway, remember, be kind and caring. Help thy stranger. Tell a trans person I love that you care. Because I know there's got to be some good Republicans out there. I know there's got to be. They all can't be bad. But this town is full of hate. Why do you think there's nothing here? Never will be. Death and drugs. That's this town. Goodbye.